for Sacramento and Golden State?
I'm not gonna hold you. I think Sacramento gonna run Golden State up out of there.
Oh, do you?
I like Steph.
Tell me more.
I like Steph.
I like the way that Sacramento is built. Granted, Golden State's finally using their depth. Like DiVincenzo finally because they got GP2 back, right? So GP2, they picked up DiVincenzo because they lost GP2. Mm-hmm. GP2 came back hurt, so he couldn't play at first. But now that he's actually back, DiVincenzo has kind of been like a de facto either backup ball handler or just like, hey, we need a defensive guy to come in real quick that can kind of help keep things going, but not necessarily control the offense. But other than that, I don't think they got it against Sacramento. Honestly, I think off night gonna be fucking him up. I think that Fox, they don't have no answer for Sabonis. Yeah, no, I think Sacramento maybe, because I like Harrison Barnes, I like Kevin Huerter, I like their makeup. I like the way that Sacramento's good with three, sure, but they can also get in the paint. Like they get a lot of paint points too if they need to. Golden State ain't finna be pounding in the paint like that. Like it's either 3 or die with them. Truly, like if Sacramento can in essence limit them to just being on the perimeter without getting up too many threes, like too many open threes, because they gonna give up some threes. This is Golden State. They gonna get their thing
because they ain't got no defense. So it's like this is about to be an offensive just juggernaut of a game. Marcus in the comments, he said that he thinks Golden State is winning that series. And I think that a lot of people are counting out the Kings. I think a lot of people don't realize how good that Kings team is and how lethal that offense is. I don't think that it's unrealistic to say the Warriors will win it, but I don't think it's going to be like this clean sweep that some people have been insinuating as if like the Warriors are going to run over Sacramento like it's nothing. Like Sacramento doesn't have the defense, I don't think, to keep up. And part of the problem of playing Golden State is how much that offense, like how much movement is in that offense. Like that's part of why it's so hard to guard Steph Curry, because like he's always moving. With the ball, without the ball, it does not matter. He is moving. You got to figure out a way to stop him and stop Clay. They got Jordan Poole off the bench. They got some lethal guards in that series there, but I think that's a series that can be an upset with the lower seed Warriors beating the higher seed Kings, but
I got Kings at 6.
Playing Sacramento either, and I don't think a lot of Warriors fans are going to travel to Sacramento because ticket prices are going to be higher in Sacramento because it's their first playoff series since 2006.
But so, it's people coming from San Francisco, like the cost of living difference between them two cities, like it still makes it a deal.
No, Golden State got to learn. I saw it earlier. They said the ticket prices to get to the Sacramento game, I think, is like double the price of going to the Warriors game right now. Like people in Sacramento are like they're ready to come out and support this team because it's been so long for them.
Golden State also got to learn how to win on the road.
That too.
That's why I got Sacramento. Like Sacramento was good on the road, ain't at home.
But with them being that close to home, like it might damn near be like some of them probably.
It ain't. not. I guarantee you. What's the golden one?
Well, so like I wonder how much of like road versus home stuff is like the disruption of your normal routine of like not being able to sleep in your own bed, not having your family around, like having to, fly on a plane somewhere, be jet lag, getting in, blah, blah, blah. Like how much of it is actually playing in a foreign environment, like the actual game being played, and how much of it is actual like real life. These are human beings that have to travel to go play a game as opposed to, like being at home in comfy surroundings. So like if it's more of external stuff, then it's like that can be mitigated. Like you can probably just like bust it to the game from San Francisco to Sacramento and have everybody stay at home and be comfortable, as opposed to, it's gonna be crazy in that arena. Like I'm not discounting that whatsoever, but this is like a championship team. This is a team that's been there before. Like they know how to play games. You know what I mean? Like that stuff I'm less worried about. Like there's something that's going on with the road stuff. I don't know what it is, but like I do think it's mitigated with them playing so close to home.
Interesting. I'm going with the Warriors in this series. Kim, we haven't heard from you yet. What are your thoughts in the Sacramento Golden State series?
I would love for the Kings to beat the Warriors, but I'm definitely going to go with the Warriors, though. It's going to take at least 6 games.
At least. I think so,
Yeah,
too.
at least 6 games.
Okay.
I keep going back and forth on it. Like the rational part of my brain is like it's the Warriors, like
Yeah.
against a team that has very limited playoff experience.
Mhm.
But also, Sacramento's coach just spent like the last 6-7 years in Golden State. So if anybody knows that team, that knows that personnel, that knows how to beat the Warriors, is probably Mike Brown.
Yeah.
And like sometimes, inexperience leads to like immaturity and mistakes, but it can also lead to irrational confidence. And if there's any team that's like, yeah, we can beat the Warriors, like it's a team that's feeling themselves.
Memphis.
And especially like putting that chip on their shoulder where it's like everybody gonna be picking against them. Like, that's like the when it's legit, like that's like the greatest currency in playoff basketball is like people counting you out. It's like coaches live for that shit. Like they gonna show a super clip of all the people like, I got Warriors in 6, I got Warriors in 7, I got Warriors in 4, like that type of stuff, like that motivation, like that's the type of stuff that leads to upset. Well, not upsets in this situation because they're the higher seed, but like that's what leads to teams playing above their heads. And again, like I said earlier, the Kings have the most efficient offense in NBA history. Like they're not a fluke in that regard. It's just like, can their defense hold up enough?
We're gonna see. So we got 3 Warriors picks, myself, Eric, and Ken. We got Tim going with the Kings.